Yes, boys, welcome back to the Graft Kings podcast. Today, boys, we're going to be talking about how not to be a simp in 2025, and actually how not to be a simp in just fucking everyday general life, to be honest. We spoke about this on our most recent community call, and it went down very, very well with the boys, and so we then decided to say, do you know what? The rest of the boys out there need to hear this as well, so that's what we're going to talk about today.
Trapping. Hop. Who's the biggest simp here?
He's off camera.
Well, it's not one of us, is it?
Oh, fucking hell.
Fuck off, bro.
He was looking at Mason.
How am I saying? Yeah, like, fuck, it says you over there. Don't make me start.
Fucking hell. What was sending Easter eggs and that?
Yeah.
How
many days now?
It was Easter, bro. So I sent her
How
an
many
Easter
days
egg.
now?
Oh, but I don't want to say it. I don't want to throw him under the bus. I like him lately.
I wouldn't say that's simping.
Yeah, I know. You can see I look down.
I wouldn't say that. I don't think any of us are simps, to be fair.
The problem is, I think a lot of people mistake what being a gentleman is compared to a simp is like.
Yeah.
That's the problem. And the fact is, everyone believes chivalry is dead. So no one wants to be nice anymore. But there are ways of being nice without acting like a simp and being too keen and being too needy. If that makes sense.
Yeah, 100%.
There's ways to go about it.
There is a fine balance, and I genuinely think guys as a whole do struggle with that, of knowing like how to be a bit of a dickhead as well as being a nice guy, but then not overstepping the mark and being basically a pushover and being walked over and thinking, fuck, am I just like pleading and throwing myself at this girl's feet? Like, it is quite hard to find the balance. But if I'm honest, I do think that only comes with time and experience. I don't think you just know how to be like that.
Yeah, I think experience is a massive factor.
Definitely. But then obviously listening to this, people can implement it into their game because desperation for women is the biggest ick for anyone. Like even with you, let's be honest, when you know there's sex on a plate from a girl, sometimes it's like, do I really want it? It's there. I'll just linger that around and go look for something else that I know that I'm going to have to graft for a little bit. Like the game is the game to some sort of respect. And I think when it's there on a plate, sometimes you're just a little bit like, I don't really care. And women love a mystery. Women love the story. Women love the fact of you kind of not leading them on, but like, it's a story. Everything's a fucking story. If you can portray it like that without coming across too keen, then perfect. But when you come across like two cards all full on the table, telling them what they want to hear, they're obviously a very good looking girl. So you put them on a pedestal and just like want to do the absolute most. I think they're just probably like, well, what else is there left to the mystery?
Yeah.
And it comes across a bit simpy because you're literally simping for her because she's so hot.
What's the definition of a simp?
I actually don't know that.
So one of the boys said it on the call. Someone who shows excessive sympathy and attention towards another person, typically to someone who does not reciprocate the same feeling in pursuit of affection or a sexual relationship.
The key word there is reciprocate.
Yeah.
Agreed.
That's the key word. That's what kind of like I would say is the defining difference between being a gentleman and being a simp. I think that is one of the biggest differences between the both. There is obviously multiple differences, but I'd say that's the biggest one, because if you're the reason why, like, it's not simpish buying a girl flowers. It's not simpish holding the door open for a girl, paying for a meal. That's not being a simp. What it is you going above and beyond, and then that energy isn't reciprocated. I'm not saying, oh, she should buy the next meal or she should buy you flowers or whatever it may be. I mean, it's the overall energy that you get from your partner. If you're not getting that back, that reciprocated energy, that means you're a simp because you're going above and beyond and this person doesn't appreciate you.
Yeah.
Majority of the time, it's not what people are doing that's wrong. It's who you're doing it for.
Yeah.
You're doing it for the wrong person. Like knowing, like you said, someone's not reciprocating energy in different ways. Like just because you, like you said, if you buy food, shouldn't need to do the same. There's other ways a woman can obviously show appreciation. But I think it's majority of the time, guys will do that for women that don't deserve it.
Yeah.
That don't value them, that don't respect them. And I think any self-respecting man would not chase a woman, because we've said this from the moment that was one of the first things we were preaching when we started this pod, don't chase women. And I think if you're doing that and she doesn't respect you and you know that low-key, because you will know that. You're not stupid. You know someone respects you. You know someone's giving you the vibe of the energy and the time of the day, if the chemistry is there or not. So I think if you know that, unless you're completely oblivious, then you are an idiot and you don't have self-respect.
Do you think guys can be potentially blinded though a little bit by their, whether it's lust or whether it's actual love or just the pure fact of how much they fancy this person? Like that can definitely blind some guys in being like, no, I love her so much, I adore this girl so much, like I just want to do a madness for her. It's like, bro, if you're not, like the boys have just said, if you're not getting that in return, if she's not even like appreciating the small gestures that you do for her, then you are basically becoming a simp.
I'll answer that as well, by the way. The fact of the matter is you're talking about someone who's very emotionally invested into something. I think what men or even women have to do in most situations is think from a logical perspective, not an emotional one. So I appreciate you can fall for someone. I appreciate you can fall in love with them and have this lust and all this feeling. But if you literally take a step back and take yourself out of that equation and think of it from a logical perspective, 9 times out of 10, you'll know how to act and what to do. A lot of people act on emotion. A lot of people go, I'm in love, and do everything based on that. Hence why someone cheats or does a madness and they forgive them and put it under the carpet. It's because they're thinking emotionally. In anything you do, whether it's business, but we're talking about this. And I think if you can think logically and go, okay, I love this person, but do you actually respect me? Do you actually want to be with me? Do you deserve me? Like when I broke up with my ex, that's exactly what I did. I did not want to break up with her, but I was like, this ain't working. This isn't working. And it broke me to walk away. But I was like, it was the right thing to do because I was thinking logically. Yeah. So I think if you can separate those two emotions, you always win.
Do you think women use that to advantage? Do you think, I mean, like women?
Some will, yeah, 100%.
I mean?
I don't think every single woman would use it to their advantage.
No, definitely not.
I think there's women that know that certain men have got a soft spot for them and might kind of ask for certain things, not like maybe materialistic things, but take advantage of certain emotions and feelings. And let's face it, some women aren't accountable, so they're not going to come and pull you up on it, are they? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, spot on. How do you think you'd know as a guy? Like, what are the telltale signs for a guy to look out for if you feel as though they are in that position? Like, what should they be looking for?
I know. Sorry, go on.
I'll just say if they're over-validating. And
elaborate on that.
So they're...
What did you say?
Over-validating.
Okay.
So basically, I don't know another word for validate where I can
Give an
explain
example.
Basically, always singing her praises, always bigging her up to be someone that she may not be. Basically,
saying what she can do without actually showing it.
No. What's it called? Love bombing. That's the word I was looking for. I couldn't think of it. Basically, love bombing a bird when she doesn't really deserve it. I think that, and then also lack of boundaries as well. If you feel like some of the boundaries are slipping, I think that's a big telltale sign that you're in the simp area.
I'd agree with that.
What was the question again?
Basically, how would a guy know if he's essentially becoming a simp to this girl, whoever it is that he fancies? Could even be in a relationship with her.
I know. If there is something that he's going forward with to turn around and say, this is a problem for me, this is how it makes me feel, and she's always defensive about it and makes you feel like you're in the wrong about it. And most guys in that sense, just to not kick up a fuss, they'll go, all right, cool, no problem, and keep the peace. Whether she's showing crocodile tears or showing a bit of emotion, they'll literally retract themselves from saying exactly how they feel because they don't even want to lose that person, which I understand. But then obviously, like, kind of, you're going back on your morals and your principles, and able to not cause a fuss when that person, all they need to do is take accountability. All they need to do is like understand where you're coming from. Like sometimes it's not about like what you've done, it's how I feel about that situation. So if I say to you, I'm Mason, bruv, like you might have not intended that, but this is how I feel. You'll be like, all right, I was like, that wasn't the case. That's not how I meant to, but sweet. Like, and you
acknowledge it. Yeah.
Most people in certain cases, I've always said, it's how they react to what you say. It's not what you say. Like someone might not be aware that they're doing something to you. Like if I was to make a woman aware of like, you're doing this or you're doing that, you're making me upset or you're just disrespecting me, and she's straight away not taking any accountability, I ain't going to turn around and go, okay, no problem, just to keep you there. I'll say, well, fuck off then, because you don't deserve me then. Like,
you're not listening.
Yeah, 100%. And it's vice versa, by the way.
Yeah, of course.
As a man as well, like if your woman comes to you and says, babe, you make me feel this way, and you're like an absolute prick to her, then you're not the right fucking man for her either. Yeah. So personally, for me, it's taking accountability when someone approaches you with a problem.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Why is it you think women lack accountability? Not all women.
I know.
Majority of women.
Because for their whole lives, especially hot women, have always been put on a pedestal. They've always been, and that could come from their father or it could come from a previous relationship. But let's be honest, mate, like, I don't even want to say the word, but cut this out if you have to, but like modern day prostitution, mate, like what happens, like all these women are getting flown out to do this. That is modern day prostitution. Yeah. Getting flown out to go here, being bought this just to be in certain environments, and these guys are probably getting their leg over, and they've been put to this high regard of a point where they've been given so much validation that when a man actually comes in and tells them about themselves, some of them are so blindsided and going, no, I'm not used to that. Why the fuck am I going to listen to you? You need to simp for me. and they just don't know any better. But that is why I think Mirk said they jump from one relationship to another, and they'll take those problems with them and never be happy.
Yeah, they basically think that they can do no wrong.
Yeah, you know what it is? It's like a woman's character development in youth isn't the same as a man's character development. So we go through a lot of shit and we experience a lot of shit, and we have to like actually figure stuff out.
Yeah.
But if you're a good looking woman or someone that's very pretty and you get a lot of things a lot easier than everyone else, then you're not going to go through the same character development. So you're not going to be aware of it. You're not going to realize what's going on. Like, let's say, for example, you go to school, you come out of school, there's people offering to buy you shit, take you places. You've never gone through like the whole emotional process of understanding you've pissed someone off or someone's fucked you off, because you're just like, either they don't care because you're so good looking, they just don't give a fuck, or you just don't go through the emotional hardship of just like figuring it out yourself.
Pretty privilege, isn't it?
Yeah,
Pretty
basically.
privilege is a real thing.
It is definitely a real thing, man.
I've seen it so much over the years as well.
Pretty privileges.
And you know the worst thing is, they don't understand how privileged they are to be in that position as well. And I feel like, me and Mirk were talking about this off camera a few days ago, there's so many hot girls that we know that don't use that to their full potential.
Yeah.
And you just feel like you're wasting your youth. Like, you've got so much potential to like really further your career or become very successful in a certain field, and they just sit on their laurels. And I feel like they think they're going to be young and pretty forever. I really do believe that some of these girls think that, or they think eventually they'll just find someone that's rich and they don't have to worry about it.
I think that's it. I think the latter more than anything.
Yeah.
They go, it doesn't matter. I'll have my fun. I'll do my thing. And I know in their head, they're thinking, I know someone's going to snap me up anyway.
Yeah. Because I'm just like, some of these girls are so, and they just do nothing. Like, one of them said to you, what one of them say? I like sleeping too much or something.
Yeah, just
Fucking
like
hell.
sleeping.
Imagine us saying that. Imagine having that sort of complete, what's the word I'm looking for? Like,
Zero ambition.
not even this. No, it's
I
not
know
that.
what you mean.
Like, you're like worries basically. You haven't got that. There's no worry to go, I've got to fucking get up today and make it happen. Like, I have to go and make it happen. Like, they can lay there and go, I don't have that worry.
Yeah, but the difference is,
you know what I mean?
the difference is no one is coming to save us.
Yeah,
no,
for real.
no one's
That's it.
daughter is going to come through the door and be like, I'll have him. And I'll be like, oh, okay then. Like, oh, really? You're going to take me for as I am? I don't work. Like, fuck that. You're going to, any woman or any like high value woman will never look at a non-ambitious man and go, that's the man for me.
Yeah.
No one.
I had this conversation with a girl recently. She tried, I broke it down to the granular as well. I said to her, you'll never end up with a loser. You'll never be, she said, oh, I don't really care about that. I went, tell me your track record. I guarantee you've never been with a loser. And subconsciously, you wouldn't have been aware of it. You would never, I went, so say I was the person I am right now, but obviously you wouldn't have met me in this environment because that person, basically I spent it. If I worked in Tesco stacking shelves, which I did, by the way, when I was 16, but say I was that person right now at the age of 29, first of all, I wouldn't even be in the position I am to have met that person. But I said, if you met me on a night out and I had the exact same like charisma, morals, personality, but then when we got deeper into conversation, I said, oh yeah, I do a part-time job at Tesco's and I live at my house with my mum. You'd never take me seriously. You might like me at face value, but there would be something hardwired into you to be unattracted to me.
Yeah.
And because women want a provider. Rightfully so, by the way. I'm not hating on you.
yeah.
Not hating on you.
We want to be that. Yeah.
Yeah, we want to be. I think every a man should aspire to be a provider, by the way. So I'm not hating on when you say that, but it is hardwired in, especially to pretty women, to like be gravitated to someone that's successful or high value. And they can tell you to their blue in the face, because this girl tried telling me, she goes, oh, I don't really care about stuff like that. I'm like, you're a liar. You just don't, or maybe you're not a liar. Maybe you're just so unaware and it's in your subconscious that you look for these qualities without you even realizing. Because she was telling me to, she was blue in the face. She goes, no, that really matters to me. I'm like, you've never been with an unsuccessful person though. In whatever right it is, whether they're a successful sportsman or they've got loads of money, they might be a crypto guy or whatever, they've got a job that pays them like 150 grand a year. You've always been with someone that's of certain value.
Yeah. Certain level.
Yeah. And another thing, you only kind of meet these people when you do shit like this. And if you're working in Tesco part-time, you can't do shit like this. So what your situation puts you into other situations and different environments.
True.
So it all kind of like spirals. doesn't it?
Yeah.
But girls, if you're pretty, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be with someone successful and you won't even know it.
And it's not even just been with someone who's successful. That's what they want.
Yeah.
Again, rightfully so. Like, we have our preferences and they have theirs. And I don't think there's anything wrong with a woman wanting a successful man or an ambitious man. But like, that is within them as well from everything that's going on around us. That is what they want. That is what they want, a successful man.
Because you guys now, the mentality we've got now and what we're doing, and now we know like our purpose and what we want to build and stuff. I think years ago, the answer may have been different. Like, if you met a girl and said she just has a pretty standard job, which is fine. I'm not saying like she just has a normal standard job, I don't think it would ever bother you.
It still doesn't.
I asked Mirk that
We
question
literally said the other day, yeah.
It doesn't bother me.
Even now, if you used to meet a girl and, you know, like she might go to the gym and she trains hard and she comes from a good family. She's got ticks all those boxes. She's maternal, all that stuff. But she just has zero drive and ambition. She's like, I don't really know what I want to do. Like,
Does she want a family?
That's different.
yeah, she's maternal.
So
Yeah,
she wants a family.
yeah.
Oh, if you work in a post office, Tesco, McDonald's, I don't care.
Okay.
I'll wife you.
I was just curious to
Wait,
ask you that question.
you said two different things though. You're saying she has like a job that isn't maybe deemed amazing. Then you said she's got no drive and ambition.
Yeah, that's right.
But if I don't feel I could be with someone with no drive and ambition.
But well, she's got a drive and ambition to be a wife and a
Yeah, that's fine.
Well,
mother.
she's- yeah,
We're adding more context.
yeah,
yeah, we
drive
are,
and
yeah.
ambition to be
Like,
a
so
good
she doesn't.
mum
Yeah,
is
she's,
cool.
even then, like, I don't know. I know some girls that are really hard working.
Yeah.
Like, they're really hell bent on their careers, whether that's to be an accountant or a legal PA or a fucking lawyer, a doctor, whatever. Like, some girls are really career driven.
Yeah,
But then they might not have other aspects, like they're like, I'm not maternal or
Yeah.
whatever the case may be. But if you met a girl that like ticks all those boxes, she's maternal and stuff, has a real standard job, but she has no drive and ambition to go, I don't want more out of life. Really, I'm pretty happy with the bog standard. Not really bothered about going on loads of holidays and Like, she just pretty wants to sail through life like that. Could you be with someone like that?
Is she open to adapt to my life though?
Yeah, she wouldn't ever try and dumb you down.
So she'd be happy to go away with me.
If you said to
here.
her, yeah, I want to, but she's not like, yeah, I want to go and do stuff.
Perfect.
Really?
Yes.
Well,
I need a little
I
bit
think
of
there's like
something.
a balance to everything.
Yeah.
Do you know what it
But
is?
would that be a deal breaker for you?
I think it would be, yeah.
So
I think it
no.
would be for you.
No, I wouldn't.
When you compare it to one extreme to another, it is.
Like, you want to do stuff with your
Yeah,
life.
and she said, yeah. I want
but
to
like, I don't
my
know.
life, but now she's part of my life, and I want her to go on the journey with me. So if I'm saying, babe, we're going Bali with all the boys, you've got girlfriends, we've got all the girlfriends are coming as well, we're going to do this. Yeah, that's fine, babe, no worries.
That's exactly what I thought his answer would be. I know that's not what yours would be.
No, that's not. I think he's misunderstood a little bit.
No, I don't
I don't think he has,
I haven't.
because-
I misunderstood.
But like the
He
girl
got
that's
grilled
like,
for it last time. He said he wanted a bird that's not done much. He goes, I want to show.
I don't mean that.
Yeah,
though.
fact.
But
I'm-
that makes
is that.
sense because that's what he said before.
no, but that's not what I'm asking. A girl that's like pretty. I can't really be bothered to go and do that. I can't. Really,
You didn't say that. You just changed it. You literally just
Yeah,
changed
no,
it.
that is it. That
she's-
is the meaning of it.
No, it's not.
If she's like, she's not
Is it-
bothered about going and doing
Yeah,
stuff.
but I just
it's
said,
like,
would she adapt to me and be happy to go away to
I'm
do
saying
stuff?
she, no, I said she wouldn't dumb you down to doing stuff, but like she might rebuttal stuff and go, "Do we have to go there?" Like, do you know what I mean?
Well, I wouldn't be.
No, yeah, then we'll have to
Obviously not.
spin that.
Yeah, that's
that
what
wouldn't work.
I'm trying to say.
I don't think that's what you were saying, bro.
It was, bruv.
No, you need to be a bit more clear on that.
Fuck you.
You wish. I don't think I could be with someone like that. But I wouldn't.
What one? Here's one.
What?
So I was going to say from what you guys are talking about, middle grounds of that is perfect in respect of like if I met a woman that, well, actually, no, let's talk about one extreme to another. So you're saying someone who's literally not on it to do fuck all and she's basically saying,
Can't
I don't
be
want to do
asked.
this. No, I can't be with someone like that.
Yeah.
Because as much as I want to be the person who leads and like does all of these things, I would love for her to have an input to say, I want to go here. What about
Yes.
that? Like, do you know, and challenge me on certain things in a way to like help us grow together.
Agreed.
And I think by doing things, like you're still getting to, like, what did I say? I said people get in a relationship and they stop dating, they stop doing things, and then they end up resenting each other and they end up like cheating and getting bored. I think a part of that is because they stop doing things like this. It's like you still need to act like you're together from the get go and doing all of this shit and travel the world together. I want to do loads of shit with my missus.
Yeah,
I would love to do loads of shit with her. And why wouldn't I want her to have the ambition to do that and the drive to do it? If she was like, I just want to see how Iron Man do fuck all and watch these standards, I'd be like,
Oh
fuck
yeah,
off.
then that's a no. Yeah.
I'd be like, I just want to eat my digestive biscuits. No, like let's get up and do something.
But he said you went to the gym and stuff.
Yeah, but so like I'm just like adding my spin
right,
to
okay,
it now,
cool.
saying that for me is a no go. Like, I would rather have someone.
I agree.
outside.
Yeah.
Do you reckon it would be
agreed.
as fun anymore?
What?
Like, you know, we've done so much shit together, and your missus was like, let's go on holiday here. Like, do you not think you'd just be like, oh, I wish I was with the boys?
Be completely different.
No, he's right. I went on
he is
13 different trips with my ex, and every trip I went on, and I went on some unreal trips, yeah, like water parks around and everything. Every single trip, not one of them topped my least favourite lads holiday.
It's not the same.
And I also do think it boils down to the person who you're with.
I don't know,
I don't know,
man.
bruv.
Like, there's only so much fun you
All
can
right.
have.
Nah, with the
Oh,
boys,
no,
it's
man.
just different, bro.
Of course it is.
Well,
of
okay,
course
can
it is.
anyone right now name one holiday you went on with a bird that's been better than any holidays you've been on with us? Just one.
Yeah, no, you can't.
Well, there you go then. That answers your question.
But
that was the question.
It'd be very different.
It'll still be
holiday.
fun.
Just
but
trying-
I'm
he's
just
you know what
saying.
it is?
Like,
He's just trying to show decorum.
Yeah, decorum to the
not,
audience.
man.
Yeah, he
Like
is.
the real.
Yeah.
No, I believe that with my missus, I will have a wonderful time. I cannot wait to meet Mrs. Right, Mrs. Tinkerbell. If you
Yeah, you're a lying piece of shit.
No, I'm not lying. I didn't lie about anything. I
Fuck it, keep running.
didn't fucking lie about anything. I'm just saying it would be a very different holiday.
Yeah, it
Would
would.
be a different holiday.
That wasn't the question.
Be less
He's
fun.
changing it
Yeah,
again.
you keep changing the question. He didn't
Goalposts
ask that.
changed,
Yeah,
bro.
It's not a politician, bruv.
yeah, you are. You're like a politician. Merk, ask the question
BTEC
again.
one.
Are you gonna have a holiday that's more fun with your missus than the boys?
Probably not. No.
That's what he had to say. He had
You're
to-
fucking lying
He'll
now.
cut this bit out though when he doesn't agree.
Are you mental, bro? Man's an edit king now. I'll sort it out. Don't worry about me, bro.
Yeah, probably
The words
not,
of
no.
Joey.
No, that's a bit sad though, isn't it?
It is. I mean, it'll be fun in its own way, but it's never gonna.
That's what I'm trying to say. It'd just be very different.
Yeah.
You're not
Yeah.
gonna you're going out getting on the fucking lash with the boys and going out in the pool and
Vlog it.
and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, do you know what I mean? But you could still have a great time. Your missus on.
Oh,
holiday.
I'm not saying that. I know you're gonna have good times with your missus. I did have good times. I'm just saying, not one of them tops any trip.
Nah,
I've been
No,
on.
but no, I don't think.
I've only ever been on one holiday with my ex.
So have I, yeah.
One person in my life, anyway.
I don't think anything. I was having that chat with the right side boys when they were here, and we were saying like, nothing for a guy. Nothing beats being away with your boys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's something about it.
Pretty fucking good.
it's unreal.
There is just something about the energy that week when the right side boys were here was just palpable, mate. It was just fucking wham. Loved every minute of it.
Joey, do you want me to ask a question on pod? Give me it. Joey has said, would you keep your missus private all over social media? I would like to keep it private.
Because that's like a good simpy topic or not. Some people
Yeah,
blast
okay,
it
cool.
all
Let's
over,
go
innit?
into that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you
fair
keep
play.
it private? I actually don't know. Like, I just don't know.
Brother, I hate it when men blast their missus.
I wouldn't
Oh,
blast
yeah.
her.
Oh,
No,
don't
no,
blast
I'll never
him.
do that.
all over. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying hide her. Do what you
Yeah.
want to do. But like when they blast it and they like
Like
fucking pull it,
overkill it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's too
I
much.
feel like you're trying to overcompensate for
I
something.
think it
as
looks
well.
simpy.
it's
Yeah,
a bit,
it does,
it's a bit guy.
I think.
And it's the most like it's the geezers that you don't expect it from as well. I'm just like, nah, bro, it's a bit too much. Like, I wouldn't hide my missus. Like if she's on my story now, but I wouldn't blast it all over my fucking socials.
I tell you, who I think has a good balance of stuff like that, and the way he posts his missus is Josh Mooney.
Yeah.
He keeps it. He has a really nice balance with the way he runs his Instagram, and then the way he like posts his bird on there as well. What's funny?
You ain't gonna shag her.
I was waiting for someone to say it.
I knew it.
It's either him or George Heaton or fucking
Alex Cannon.
Alex Cannon. If you guys are watching, please just shag him.
That's them never coming on the
Simping
pod.
over you.
So I think he's someone who has a good example of the way he manages his social profiles with his missus. I think he does it well.
I think it's difficult to call
He's
it.
very good at social media. To be
Yeah,
fair.
he's-
Yeah,
He's
and
very
he
good.
he doesn't blast her, mate. He just does.
I bet he does.
I bet he does.
I bet he fucking does, mate.
Fuck's sake, bro.
He doesn't.
Now that's Josh never coming on the pod now as well.
Sorry,
Fucking hell.
mate. But question, so bringing it back, what can men do in order to come across more like a gent rather than a simp? So we need to give some examples. Like we need to give them some advice on that, I think, personally.
I'd say the key one that okay, I said earlier the other one was reciprocation, but another one that's a massive one, but a gentleman would have, but a simp wouldn't, is self-respect.
Yeah, banging.
Yeah, you know where to draw the line. If
Yeah.
you're not getting
Self-respect.
it back.
Yeah.
Self-respect is the key, is the number one. You need to respect yourself. If you don't respect yourself, no one will respect you.
Yeah. Knowing no matter how much you fancy that girl, if she is not giving you that same energy back,
You can cut her off.
You can tell as well, like if you have an honest convo with yourself, you can tell.
Yeah.
Like you can't just bullshit yourself your whole life. Like you know about it. Do you know what I mean? Like you know something's off. Like you know something don't feel right. Like you can't compensate for it. Like you're gonna realize that you've probably got a feeling deep down somewhere, being like this. There's something off about this.
And if you don't, if you're that blinded by love or lust, whatever it is, if you're not saying it to yourself, I guarantee you your pals are telling you. And if your pals are saying something like that to you, they're not saying it because they want to see you split up your bird. Like they're telling you because you're like, bruv, like she is taking you for an absolute ride, mate. Like you need to fucking get shot. Don't shoot them down. Like they're saying it for a reason. Like what are their observations? What have they seen or noticed for them to even think that or say that? Like, for example, if you are a guy that posts your girl on social media, whether it's loads or whether it's a little amount, if you do that and make it actively known to the world that you're together and she doesn't, that's a problem.
It depends though.
No.
What's her job?
No, man. Fuck that. I hate that shit. What do you mean, what's her job? If she's not active, if you're not in there somewhere,
I agree.
like
There's-
somewhere in their socials. I'm not saying blasted, obviously not. Like make it about you. That's your profile. Get on with it. That's cool. But if you're not in there somewhere, even like the highlights or in a carousel of images,
if you're nowhere to be seen.
nowhere. So if you
'Cause
look
I-
at her profile and go, she's single.
Because I'd rather not be a main photo. I'd rather be in a swipe somewhere.
Yeah, same.
I like that.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
I like that. Subtle.
yeah.
Was it a happy life is a private life, or a private life is a happy
Same
life?
thing.
Yeah.
I don't
Same
technically. I don't really agree with that statement.
I think to some sort of respect, I do get it.
I agree.
Like,
I agree with
imagine-
what you said about the photos. I don't believe that private life stuff is a happy life. I don't think that's true.
It can be. I think it's subjective.
I think from a
to the
relationship
individual.
perspective.
No, but I think you can. I don't think that defines a happy life. Like
No, I agree. Not
People
Not necessarily.
No, but people will say that a private life's a happy life. Well, you can still have an unprivate life and have a happy life.
but
That
the-
doesn't define your happy life.
But the point people say that is because the less people involved in your relationship, the more
Yeah.
likely it is to thrive and to grow. Because the problem is, don't forget, bro, like people might have your best interest at heart, but you might be taking advice off the wrong person. Now, the more people you go and tell your problems to, they're going to be selling you shit to do this and do that. And you're going to be going, maybe I should do this or do that. And you take it to your relationship and it doesn't work. And I'm not saying don't like speak to people and get advice, but if you are going to tell someone about your relationship, be very fucking picky who that person is. Because I wouldn't even turn around and tell my mum or my dad. Like,
I wouldn't either. No, I
because
wouldn't.
If I say something about my missus and let's just say it's a touchy subject and I've told them and then I've gone and like sweetened it out of my missus, they're going to be looking at her going, well, she disrespected you like this. How are you still with that person? So
Yeah.
they end up resenting your partner.
Yeah.
And that's what happens usually around friendship groups.
Facts.
Your friends see what's going on to you because you're in this relationship and they're not in it. And they're like, you're hurting my mate. I'm speaking to me, doesn't understand. And you keep telling me everything, but you're not changing anything about it when I give you the advice. And I'm watching it going, I don't really like your partner anymore.
Yeah, that's right.
You
Yeah.
end up
100% spot on.
resenting. So when I say like a private life is a happy life, I mean it in that respect. Is the less people involved in your affairs, the more likely you are to be happy. Because the one thing people forget to fucking do in relationships is communicate with each other rather than people around them.
So true.
It's like speak to each other nicely. Like, why are you telling other people? What is that changing?
It's always their divvy mates.
Yes.
Always the mates.
Always the divvy mates are getting involved. Go, well, she saw this and she sent me a screenshot of that and she did. I'm like, why? I'm like, they're doing it because they've got fuck all going on in their relationship, mate. So they're trying to create a bit of flame somewhere else, bro.
And I'm not throwing women under the bus, but at the same time, I'm going to say it as it is. I feel like personally, in most cases, when there is a problem, if a woman has done something wrong, majority of the time, a girl's friends don't keep them accountable because they don't want to hurt their feelings. Like, they just want them to support them. And women sometimes feel like they're just helping their mate by supporting them, even when they're on the wrong.
Yeah.
I would prefer my boys to look me dead in the eye and go, you fucked up there, mate. That's your fault. You
Go and
done
fix
that.
it.
So I can hold myself accountable. If you lot told me that I'm in the right when I'm being a prick to someone, you guys are shit friends.
I agree.
So I think personally, they need to step forward and tell them, like sweetheart, like you're wrong here. If and I'm not saying that that's not there. Women do that. Those are the good friends. Those are the people you want around you.
I'd say us boys keep each other accountable, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'd say like, you need to fix that, bruv.
Well, of course we do. We've got the shitter hat.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
The shit I have.
Shit.
We actually brought it with us, but no one's. Well, there has been some offences we should have probably pulled each other up on.
In order, we'll speak about it.
But what are you looking at, Joey?
Yeah, you should have worn it about 30 times, mate. Shit a hat for shagging shitters. No, I'm joking.
Arc him.
What's another way, boys? I know one, but I just want to see if anyone else has got like another way a man can act like a gent and rather than a simp.
Go on.
I think the best way is, my advice is maintaining control over your emotions and actions. Because that's
Elaborate.
so, for example, a woman may be in the wrong, and I think personally, if you react to it and you act in a very like emotional manner and you cry about it and you like moan about it and you bitch about it, you're a bit of a simp and you've got no self-respect, mate.
Yeah.
I think there's nothing more. I think from a woman should say this is sexier than a man that could kind of hold himself like to a T.
Leadership.
Yeah, like even when shit goes south, like even in business or in your personal life, what happens? Like people just lose their nut and they throw their toys out the pram and everything becomes a problem. When a man can control his emotions and act like how he needs to, even when it comes to his woman, I think that's very attractive.
Yeah,
and I think that's what a man would do. That's what a gentleman would do.
Yeah, women look to men for leadership. If you need to be a leader in the relationship, they want to see a confident leader.
Decision maker.
Yeah, a confident leader that is a good decision maker. They don't want someone that's simping. Do you know another thing while we're on the subject? Never ever, and there is probably a very small, there is probably the occasional circumstance that someone like dies or something, but never cry in front of your woman.
Yeah, people have said this, and
I have heard this. Yeah.
Never cry in front of your woman.
I've looked into it. Like,
What if it's like a death in a family?
That's
That's what I meant.
I guess, but even still, bro, I've read forums on shit like this, and like women have been like, I've lost attraction for him because he'd cried at a funeral.
All right, cool. sweet, I agree with Yo, but at the same time, if God forbid, like I lost one of my parents,
It's gonna happen.
I
Yeah,
cried
I
in
agree,
front of my woman, and that was a problem. She can fuck off.
Yeah, I agree.
You're
with that.
dead to me as well. Are you mental?
sorry, bro.
But I can't shed a tear because something.
I didn't mean in them circumstances. That's why I said in certain circumstances. I mean,
Yeah,
like, say you
get
was
it.
stressed out with work, or you got fired, or whatever. These moments, if you can't control your emotions in high stress environments, and you start crying in front of your woman, you're finished.
Bro, not even just crying. I personally think when you have things going on at work that in depth and there's like big issues, I don't even think you should bring that to your missus.
I agree.
Yeah, I don't think you
personally
should.
think you should do that.
I don't think you could ask her to solve problems. That's probably like the thing is there's gonna be women in there being like, oh, like you should speak to me. Yeah, speaking to you is fine, but there's speaking to you and getting you to try and solve a problem.
Yeah.
Do you know what
I mean, don't get me wrong, boys. Obviously, if you're stressed out about stuff, you can let her know. You be like, listen,
Yeah.
I'm fucking stressed out at the minute.
But don't try and get solved.
Yeah, but I've got shit
Yeah.
going on, but I'm not going into depth with you about it. It's between me and the boys with business. I've got them to talk about it with and sort it out with.
Why do you need to tell her?
I'm not going into deep, but just know that at the minute, I'm pretty stressed out.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? I'm stressed at the
100%.
minute. I'm probably acting a little bit differently because I'm stressed. Don't ask me about it because I don't want. I'm talking about it enough with the boys. I don't need to want to talk about it with you. Like talk about
You can
other
touch
stuff.
upon
Do you know
it.
what I mean?
You can touch base on it. Like
Yeah.
I think there's nothing wrong with that. Like for her to know how you're feeling, you just don't need to go into depth about
agree.
Not
what.
spilling your heart out.
Yeah, fuck
Yeah,
that.
the thing is, like, it's like, why would you want to bring that stress? And the reason we're saying this is not because like the woman is like emotionally not there to talk about. It's just like, why would you want to put that stress on your woman? Like, you deal with it. You're a man.
That's right, yeah.
Deal with it. Like, fair enough. Not a lot of people have these people around them, and I get that. In certain relationships, it's subjective to the individual, to that individual's relationship. But I just think if you have your friends around you, your boys around you, and like you have these other peers around you, speak to them. Like, don't stress your woman out.
That's why it's so important, boys, before you do anything in life, is obviously to first invest in yourself, build yourself up, gym, all that kind of stuff, and also network. Get a good group around you. We said this in the last pod, but like, I don't think you should really be. I know you can't really time this stuff, but I don't think you should be really actively even look into a relationship until you got these foundations in place. Because if you've got a good network, your network will be there before and after your girl. If you get with your girl and you break up, they should still be there running in the background. You still have this, maintain the same relationship. If you don't have no friends or you don't have a network, and then you get with a girl and she leaves you and everything, you've got no one.
Yeah.
A lot of men, what they do is they get into a relationship, ditch all their boys or ditch all their people around them, and then their girl ends up cheating on them or leaving them, and then they're left in the ditch and they've got no one to talk to, and then all their mates are, I told you so. And I think that's the man's fault as well, by the way. That is the man's fault.
Completely the man's fault.
100% the
It's not
man's
her
fault.
It's your fault for having
Because-
not them bonds around you, mate.
It's not even just the bonds. It's because you've not set boundaries.
Facts.
That's another thing. Don't let someone cross your boundaries in fear of losing them. Never. Don't give a fuck. I'd rather
Facts.
lose you than ever let someone cross my boundaries or my principles and my morals.
And that comes down to the man making sure that he does pull up his woman when he does feel a certain level of disrespect. Like if you are not happy with something, and of course the woman as well, it is on you to go to your man and say, I don't like it when you do this, stop doing it.
It's your boundaries.
Do you know what I mean? And as a man then, if you respect and love your woman the way you say you do, you should fucking stop doing that.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? And pack it in. And as a man, you need to come to her and go, listen, I don't like it when you act like this, or I don't like it when you act like that. Like, pack it in. Don't do it. What are you laughing at?
Pack it in.
It's like when you speak to your kid, you're like, pack it in, mate.
Fucking hell.
Pack it in.
I know. Come on, boys. Fucking hell. Gotta take it there, ain't ya?
Oh, you said it was me. You said, we looked at each other, we tried not laughing, and you went, pack it in again. And I just looked at you, I was like, fuck.
No, but I completely agree. And I think what people need to make sure that their partner knows, man or a woman, is I'm in this relationship because I want to be, not because I have to be.
Yeah.
There's a big fucking difference, like, in being in a relationship because someone feels like you have to be there or like you ain't got another choice. No, I'm here because I want to be, not because I have to be. It's like everyone has options, but they pick you, right?
Yeah.
I've picked you. I'm here because I want to be with you for the person that you are. So for me, like I would rather lose someone than stick around just because I love them. So like I'm waffling now, but
No, go on.
the point is like your partner needs to know you are prepared to walk away at any given moment that you feel like they are disrespecting you and they're not the person that you want them to be. Like, don't fall in love with the idea of the person you want that person to be. Make sure that they show it through actions.
On the back of what I just said there, that's something that a gentleman would do and not a simp. Is if you are, when you're in a relationship with somebody and obviously you're making sure that equally on equal palms that cool, you're with me because you choose to be, and I'm with you because I choose to be. Don't then be a guy that blows your girl's phone up every 2 seconds. Like, if you're busy, bro, if you're fucking busy, like your work, don't be at her beck and call 24/7. I'm not saying don't do anything for her. Like, you should do anything for your woman if she needs you to, but don't be at her absolute beck and call on the phone 24/7, because then that is what she expects all of the time. And if you're then suddenly not for a day that you're busy, your phone is then getting blown up and she's having a go at you. Like, when you're working, when you're out with your boys, when you're out on the beers with the boys, when you're doing something with family time, you're like, right, babe, I'm busy for the next few hours. I'll speak to you later. Like, set that sort of precedent from the start.
Boundaries.
And boundaries, yeah. And don't be that guy that when she's out with her mates, if she is out for a mate's birthday or out drinking, whatever, where are you? What are you doing? Where are you at? That just screams insecurity as a man and as a simp, because you as a man are not confident that, you know what, if she does fuck up, I'm out the fucking door anyway, mate. No matter who she is, no matter how good looking she is, no matter how much I love her, if you fuck up, I'm gone.
Yeah, facts.
So
Why'd you... Go on.
Sorry, go on, bro.
Look, you'll lose your train of thought if I ask this.
I was just gonna say, like, talking of like blowing up the phone, that's very simpy as well. Men that just
Proper.
like, double text and just like send essays when a woman is not giving you much and they're just completely bombarding them. I'm like, imagine sitting there looking at your phone. Like, no woman's ever looked at it and gone, oh, that's fucking sexy. When a man's fucking sending shitload of paragraphs when she's only saying, yeah, you, yeah, not bad,
Oh,
mate, you.
fuck that.
Yeah, sweet, mate, not bad, you. Fuck off, mate. Like, if you're not reciprocating that same energy, I'm not gonna message you like that.
agreed.
That happened to me with Turkish Rattly recently.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
She was like, and she said to me, she was like, why didn't you message me? She was like, why didn't you make more effort? I'm like, well, I messaged you. I messaged you and asked you how your day was. You didn't reply. So I ignored it. Like, I'm not going to message you again.
Yeah.
Yeah, facts.
And she was like, oh yeah, but then like, you're talking about effort. And I was like, well, it's very early doors. Like, why do I at this point need to like give you more effort than I already am? I was like, if you don't reciprocate, I'm not giving you more.
Where's your
anyways.
effort?
Granted, she felt like there was an issue there. I ain't going to go into detail. And I was like, well, you didn't communicate it. You didn't voice it. So how would I know? How should I be aware of the situation if A, you don't communicate it, and B, you don't make effort?
But then you know us.
What?
You're meant to be a mind reader.
You dickhead. You had me there as well.
I was like,
Fuck's
excuse me.
sake.
You're meant to be a mind reader. That's what they think.
Meant to know everything.
Yeah, you're meant to know it all.
Hold up. Fuck off. Nah, fuck off.
What was your question? Because you'll forget it.
Getting there. I was gonna say, why do you think men stick around even though they get disrespected?
Because you know what it is, they
I
can't.
know.
Hang on, let him answer.
They can't decipher between short-term happiness and long-term happiness, so they cling on to like the short bursts of happiness of sticking around that you might have an odd good day, but they don't look at the bigger picture when they're like, I'm going to be with this woman for such a fucking long period of time. That long-term happiness isn't like in the fucking vision. Do you know what I mean?
I do agree.
I think it's
partially with that.
partial.
Yeah.
Thank you. I
can answer this one.
My hands are both sweaty. Thank you.
Boys, does your old boy keep going soft?
Do you feel like you're unable to perform in the bedroom?
Do you want to last longer than 2 minutes in the bedroom?
And are you conscious about your sex drive?
Then the Graft Kings have you covered. We have just partnered up with Primal Herbs.
Boys, Primal Herbs is a completely natural supplement to help you with ED.
Boys, this supplement enhances blood flow so you can keep it up.
It also helps you combat ED and helps with your desire in the bedroom.
It raises sperm count and increases your test levels.
It also helps with stamina, boys, and increases blood flow and helps you last longer in the bedroom.
Now, who don't want that?
Not me.
On a serious note, boys, we know this can be very damaging to you boys back home, and that's why we partnered up with these guys.
I know how much pressure it could be going into the bedroom knowing that you have these problems, but don't worry, we have a solution for you, and Primal Herbs is here to help.
And all you boys need to do is check out the website, which is
www.primalherbs.co.uk.
we've got you covered, boys.
I was just gonna say I think that's a small percentile of it.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree, yeah.
I think the majority of the reason comes off the back of a man not knowing his real person and meaning. Like, I think if you focus on yourself to some sort of respect, like, so when you focus on yourself, whether it's your grind or in your day-to-day life, and you have a routine and you know the type of man that you're becoming, you will know your self-value and you will have self-respect. Therefore, you won't let any person who comes into your life disrespect you. So I think if you know yourself as a person, as a man, anyone who walks into your life, you would be prepared to lose them because you're not going to let them fuck with who you are becoming. If you're going to get in the way of the man that I'm going to be, and you're getting in the way of my mental well-being, mentally, physically, then fuck that. You're not for me. I'm prepared to lose you. I am prepared to lose you.
So do you think it is that most men are not prepared to sacrifice their woman?
100%.
And why do you think that is?
Because I don't think they know their own self-value. I don't think they know their own
Self-worth.
thank you. I don't think they know their own self-worth as a man to know, do you know what? I don't care how gorgeous you are or what you've got going for you. if you fuck off, I'll find another you.
So you think that the thing they're attracted to the most is the superficial part? Because if you haven't got obviously the morals and the personality and stuff, and then why are you sticking around? It must be because they feel like they can't do better than that person, right?
Yeah,
The latter,
that's
yeah.
That's
definitely.
exactly it.
That's it.
Yeah, that is definitely it. They're too afraid to then go back out into the market, or maybe since they've been with her, they've lost the man that they once were.
Yes, they've spot on.
Yeah.
They've lost the man that the girl fell in love with in the beginning because they sacrificed too much to keep her happy.
Yep.
And then now they're no longer the man they was.
Yep.
They feel like they can't obtain the same goal that they obtained in the beginning.
Exactly.
Damn, that was fire.
Because it took them.
Clip that shit up.
It took them so many years to get to be in that level of man.
Yep.
To build up to become that mindset, the network that he had, the drive and ambition for the gym, for his business, for his boys, for his family, for everything. He's now dimmed all of that down because he gets comfortable because she's made him that way.
Yeah.
He's then become maybe a little bit tubby. He then doesn't maybe dress as smartly. He doesn't get his hair cut every week. He's taking his foot off the gas when it comes to work and business and not seeing his boys. So he's lost that sort of
Testosterone.
yeah, absolutely. That sort of male energy around him.
Too much estrogen.
Turn the freaking frogs gay.
And so therefore, once he's now lost this fucking gorgeous woman that once was and probably still is, he's now like, how the fuck am I ever going to get that guy back? Which means I'm never going to get a woman on that level again. He's let himself go. And so once again, what is it? His fault.
I agree.
But then, like, it depends because you can think of it age by age. Like, obviously, at our age now, I don't think it bothered me as much. But if it happened when you're like 50, you're a bit.
Still your fault.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not, but I can see why you'd maybe be more
Comfortable.
You might try and hang on to it a bit more at that age because at 50 you might be like the dating pool's massively.
I don't know, mate,
decreased.
because women date up, men date down.
Yeah.
Like
No,
if you're a good-looking 50, I mean 50 is not old, man. Like if you're 50 years old,
is, bro.
you're in wicked shape.
bro.
I understand what you're saying, right? But if you're a 50-year-old guy who's in great shape, he's got plenty of money, he looks after himself, he's never lost his thing with the boys, so he knows he's still got the banter, he's still in that laddish form, dresses well, looks after himself, bruv, you can go and nick a 30-year-old like that.
Do you know what I think though? I think it depends on the era.
Yeah.
Because
What do you mean?
So, like, for example, I think you're looking at that from a very personal perspective where, like, when you're 50 and 60, you still want to be traveling, you still want to be looking after yourself. You still want to be doing all of these things that you are doing right now, maybe in different doses. Where I feel like maybe if you look at the generation that is on top of us, they've not really lived their life like that. Like, my dad's not lived his life like that. Your parents haven't.
Yeah, no.
And maybe neither is yours. They're comfortable with doing the smaller things in life with their partner and not doing or thinking as so much as we do. Hence why, like, some of our parents are out of shape and they could lose a bit of weight and they could do more and they could have more ambition and more hobbies and interests, but they're very used to living a certain type of lifestyle because all they ever did was just go to work and come home and look after each other and do the simple things. So I think someone that is older than us now, if they were to lose someone, and I had this conversation with a man that was divorcing his missus and he said that to me, he was like, what am I going to do? He goes, I don't know how to clean my house properly. I've made so much fucking money that why do I, after this age, need to go for a divorce and clean my own gaff? Like, I'm going to end up getting married again to someone else to look after me because all he was used to was just grinding and coming home to his missus that was looking after him. So he was afraid of seeing what else is out there because he's with age and he's like, well, what the fuck am I going to do? Now, not to say he can't go and sleep with women and do what he needs to do, but then after a certain age and a certain part of your relationship, people aren't just looking at doing all these things. It's like, it's like a companionship.
Yeah,
like,
that's right.
You just want someone there to get old with and die with. Let's be honest. No one wants to die alone.
Cool,
so I think people take that into consideration. They look far ahead and go, fuck, like, what am I going to do? You're looking at it now from the young man that you are and the person that you're going to be at 50. And I think it's completely two different worlds.
I agree.
So different.
I agree.
Bosh.
Yeah, that was good.
good.
Yeah, it was a good speech, yeah.
I don't think you'll ever be alone as long as you have loads of kids.
Yeah, but it's different, isn't it,
Bruv,
man? Like,
I think even then you're likely
Because they
to be,
leave,
man.
mate.
No, but yeah, of course they leave. But I mean, like, imagine being old and not having kids, and then Christmas comes around.
Oh, right, stuff like that. Yeah,
Your
fucking
parents are
hell.
gone. Your grandparents are gone. You're now 60-year-old, and you're in this house. And say, God forbid, your missus dies. Who have you got then?
grasses.
I'll be at yours, mate.
You fucking idiot.
I'll be at yours.
Bro, I
mate.
said grasses.
Cunt.
Had to ruin the moment, didn't you?
Fuck's sake.
Stop jumping out the camera, you fucking fathead.
I'll be at yours, mate.
I think that's what will be nice.
You'd have your boys, isn't it? That's it, really.
I'll be at yours for Christmas still, mate.
On his sofa.
I'll be sat there like, where's Uncle Mason drunk again?
Uncle Mason. I already had my
I've only had one glass of dinner with my wine officer. I'll slip him a five and go, listen, don't tell your dad. Yeah, I'll take that.
I'm just going to say, and I'm going to ask you a lot as well, just my advice to any man out there that is continuously like chasing women and simping over them, please take a step back and just focus on yourself. Focus on why you are put on this earth. Try to figure that out as a man. And don't forget, it's not about having all the money in the world. There's other areas of your life that you could develop when it comes to your characteristics and the way you walk, the way you talk, in able to get the woman that you want to. You don't need to necessarily have to simp over a woman and spend a shitload of money on her. So take a step back, focus on yourself, and literally work towards the man that you want to be. That's my advice.
I'll tell you one thing I want to say earlier off the back of what you said. Someone jumped in with something else. So every successful, like older gentleman that I've ever met, really, and everything I've watched online as well from these older guys that are really successful, the one catalyst they've always said in terms of one of the biggest decisions you'll ever make in life is the woman that you marry.
Yeah.
She can either make you or break you. It is as simple as that. And I think women, especially nowadays, the younger girls need to realise that as a man, all you want your woman to be is your place of peace.
Facts.
Like, we will go to war with each other. Yeah, we will sort our own problems out amongst each other and with ourselves, with our boys. That's what these boys are here for, right? When it comes to your woman, we want you to actually be that complete place of peace. Like, don't ask me about work and about stress and what's going on with that, yada, yada, yada. Like, we'll take care of it. When I come home to you, we just want you there to just comfort us, chill with us, talk about normal life with us, not about all the stress and worries that I've already got going on and have to deal with 24/7. That one bit of time I get with you, we just want that to be peaceful, man. And I think women today seem to forget that. So when it comes to choosing your life partner, boys, make sure that you get to know that individual on a very deep basis, mate. Get to know her ins and outs, go through the shit with her before you then choose to actually then start to spend the rest of your life with that person. All right, you're never going to know how it's going to end up, but choose wisely, man.
Facts. I'll give you a house if you make it at home.
Banging, thank you.
Become the backbone of my body, you know?
Banging,
And then bend over, you know? So I can eat your bum, you know?
Calling in fucking Jim Kit.
You're going to call her after this, isn't it?
I miss her so much.
Fat liar.
And then
That's another thing, boys. Don't ever crumble. Don't ever crumble. No matter how you feel, I don't care if you shut your door at night and cry yourself to sleep. Fucking wake up next morning, get on with it. Do not ever crumble.
Yeah. Big
Yeah,
guy.
you have to. You ain't got a fucking choice, mate.
Do you reckon we'll get birds this year?
Yeah. And then we cheat on them all.
Fuck's sake.
I'm joking.
Who knows? I don't think you can answer that question. I don't think it's in the...
It's not in this.
No, I think
Yeah.
it's a straight no, mate. If we carry on like this, no.
It's a straight
There
no.
you go. Uncle Mirk's answered.
We've
That's
all
it.
had the opportunity. Look at us now.
It's not easy. Not this
Didn't
year.
work, did it?
Especially this year.
It's funny because we said this year might be the year.
If something
Nah,
changes,
Maybe next year.
One more year.
One more year.
James Courtney, one more
One
year.
more year.
But no, it's not easy, bro.
if some things change, yes.
I mean, mate, unless you found a girl that absolutely accepts and supports everything that you do, it's just not good. But other than that, it's just not.
I know
it's
the
not
solution.
practical.
No, I know
Yeah,
the
I know the
solution.
solution
The
as well.
solution is money.
yeah.
Yeah, but then, yeah.
I don't
No,
think
it
it's
is.
money.
It is.
think
It
it
is.
is.
Let me tell you. Right. Say someone
think
just
it
dropped. Just
We
say,
were going to pause the pod, but we're not now. We're on a roll.
just quickly. Someone dropped, say, 2 mil in the bank account. Now probably go 2 fucking mil. There's 4 fucking mouths to feed here, and we've got our other lives and shit going on. Someone dropped 2 mil in the business account right today. Yeah. You're telling me if spin it,
Ooh.
put it on red. No way. I would be tempted to though. But no, anyway, I wouldn't. So you're telling me if you found a girl, well, a couple of us found girls, and we was going on the American tour that we're planning on doing at the back end of the year. You're telling me so we've kind of technically made it on paper, got 2 mil in the bank, right? Everything else is paid for. All our shit's still in all our ducks on a roll like they are now. You're telling me that you wouldn't let her come with you on the tour?
You would.
Of course you can, yeah.
There you go.
That's what I say to women that is what I've said to women I would do and how I would implement it into my life.
Yeah,
Exactly.
bring her with you.
Because that's the question they say to me is like, how are you going to carry on doing what you're doing? And the two things I said was, most likely the brand will change. Like, we're not going to be doing this forever. Maybe. I was like, secondly, though, I said, I would actually take you with me to certain environments I go to.
1,000,000%.
Because I'd want you to see how I'm working and what I'm doing. Like,
I literally had that conversation a couple of nights ago. She's like, "Do you think you're ever going to be able to do that?" I was like, "I'm not doing this forever." I said, "And the end goal is for you
Be
to
very
come
clear
with
when
me."
you say you're not doing this forever. The Graft Kings will probably most
Forever.
likely be forever. The dynamic of what we do right now.
Yeah,
I agree.
We don't want to be them fucking old guys going, look at them fucking old perverts. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to be them guys.
Nearly there, mate. 40 at a wedding, like, everyone's married off, and I'm just fucking
Drunk in the corner.
drunk Uncle Oz again.
I'm ruining everyone's life.
Ruin everyone's wedding.
No, but you get what I'm saying. Like, boys, you got to be on. We have these conversations off pod all the time. Like,
Yeah.
we're fully aware that this has not the Graft Kings. I mean, what the content we do right now does have a shelf life. It will evolve. I'm not saying the parties will stop, but maybe the way we conduct ourselves in parties or the type of environments we're in will change. Because, brother, you can still be going fucking 40. You can still be 45, 50 in Central Pay, fucking
sending it.
Sending it with a cigar, nice
on a yacht,
with a yacht, and you got a table.
Absolutely.
So, what about Ocean?
Yeah.
One more year.
No, but you're right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
We can still do the party stuff. It's just the dynamic of the party will change.
It will.
The Graft Kings will be forever, hopefully, God willing. But we're aware that what we're doing right this second, it does have a shelf life. We talk about it all the time. So it will evolve as we evolve. So moving on to my last statement is, the money is the only thing that stops us in relationships.
Yeah, I agree.
It is. Money's the only thing.
Explaining it like that, I do agree. Yeah.
Because if we had two M in the account right now and we met someone what we really like, you can integrate her like that.
That is what I've said to Georgia on the date as well. I was like, this brand isn't where it needs to be, hence why you're probably looking at it like a jolly up.
Yeah.
And at that point, we wasn't doing it full time either. We were still in UK doing our normal day-to-day life. So I think anyone looking at it is just like, well, you're just using your brand just to pull birds. It helps, I'll be honest, like it's not difficult, and we are in these environments, so yes, we meet these types of people. However, because you don't deem my brand or what I'm doing as where it needs to be, hence why you think it's just for a jolly up.
Yeah.
Like I can see the longevity of it and where this is going to go to. So,
and as well, like again, I've had this scenario is that we're very last minute with our plans. Like things change for us almost daily. Like we might suddenly decide we're going to go here, we're going to go there. So boys, do you want to go here next week? Yeah, we've got an opportunity to go to that event or just go to this country. And she might turn and go, "Oh, you're going there now? You didn't tell me he's going there." It's like, I shouldn't, like, I'm telling you that, yeah, but then you shouldn't rebuttal it.
That's a money thing.
Do you know what I mean?
No, I got told that once when I was seeing a girl early in the year. She goes, "Why do you need to go to IB for again?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Why the fuck not? I'm going into film."
We can't have that.
What, you going to Ibiza and Marbella?
but they don't see it as work.
I'm going to Ibiza and Marbella. What do you
don't see it
mean?
as work.
Why are you questioning me?
Yeah.
because I don't see it as well.
And we can't have that. Like you can't have that niggle in your brain to go, "Oh, like should I go on that?" No.
but
Them
We're
trips are
going.
the two biggest videos we've ever done.
It's
ever.
a money thing though. It's
He's
still
right.
down to money. It's like because then
You
it's
can
not.
say you'll come with me.
Yeah, you'd be like, yeah, we're going Marbella. It's not like I'm going Marbella. You're like, yeah, we're going Marbella. Then she's not going to say no.
I want to take
Yeah,
you
yeah.
to every trip.
Not every trip.
Oh, not every trip. This is the boys. No,
no.
there's business meetings happening on this trip.
You'll be bored.
Oh, and Ozzy only booked fucking 2 bedrooms, so we're going to have to pair up, babe, I swear.
You can come with me to like Malta and Istanbul or something. If I'm going to Ibiza, you can't come there. I might not post as much. Because,
I've done Ibiza with a bird, and don't get me wrong, it's nowhere near as fun as it is with the boys, but I actually still had a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would though.
What do you reckon if it was the boys and some girls? I reckon we
Yeah, that'd be a sick time.
because we could just like get them to go like to the shops and we'd fuck off.
Well, go to the shops and we go.
We're sat in Ant's room, like run out of booze, go to shop, love. We'll go
get
take the suitcase with
get some
you.
more ice.
I actually really like the idea of all of us having girls at the one point and going away with them.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be
I
amazing.
fucking
yeah.
love the idea.
I'm
Amazing.
looking forward to them days.
Yeah, so much, bruv.
I'm looking forward to these days a lot more.
Are we going to swap? Are we swapping or what? I just thought, well, no, why not? Let's switch off the lights. I don't know who's who. In it. Fuck, I'm not What? Mason, you feel nice, mate.
Right, fucking hell. Let's
fuck
wrap
me.
it up. Right,
Oh,
guys.
see, on that, a simp, another simp thing. If your boy is asked to go you on a holiday and you got a bird and you say no because she said no, you're a fucking simp.
Yep, facts.
Okay, fair play.
Go on holiday with your pals.
Anything else, mate?
That's it.
We're
Done.
trying to close it
I'm
off
done.
now.
I'm done.
Oh, yeah, join the rightside.com.
For real, because this is exactly where we talk about these types of topics and subjects, and all the boys engage with us, and that's
yeah,
why
we-
we
yeah.
wanted to talk about it.
So it's a
because-
live chat.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm not going to say which day, but every week we have a live call with these boys and we talk about subjects like this, and they all get involved and they ask their questions. And again, this is exactly why we wanted to talk about it. So join the rightside.com
Hit the subscribe button. Leave a comment.
in the comment section.
And we'll see you in the next. Peace.
Peace out.